Inland Sports.
And now join us here on the Inland Sports Show as we get ready for the 2024 high school football season. He is a star running back for your Norco Cougars. It's Trevor Schneider joining us here on the program. And Trevor, first off, before we look at this season for Norco, let's rewind back to last year. You had a huge breakout freshman season, over 1,000 yards on the ground. Did you even surprise yourself to a certain degree how much success you had as a freshman at the varsity level?
Oh, definitely, because playing varsity as a freshman, it's like a whole nother level of football. Because most people don't realize how much different youth ball is to high school, and that's why I keep telling all the kids that are coming into high school that playing high school football is crazy different than everything I've ever realized. So I definitely surprised myself because I never realized how dominant I could be. But yeah, it was just I did surprise myself a lot.
and I think I had your stats open in front of me a little bit earlier. I know Norco didn't throw the ball a ton, but I think you led the team in receiving yards as well. Is that correct?
I think I did. I'm not gonna lie. I think I did too, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah, let's see. You had 234 receiving yards, which was tops on the team as well. Again, you guys didn't throw the ball a ton, but I don't know if you were going to compare yourself to let's say a guy in the NFL. I don't know if it's Christian McCaffrey, because if you can catch the ball out of the backfield as well.
That's what I was gonna say. Like everyone asked me who I idolize my game after. It's definitely CMC.
That's a good one to pick, man.
It's always been that way, yeah.
The NFL, I'd call him the NFL MVP if you ask me. I'm a 49er fan, so I'll go with him every day of the week.
Yeah, you're going to be a little biased.
Well, Trevor, okay, so let's talk about this season. What are the goals for Norco football? Get into the playoffs, get back there, right?
Oh, definitely, and win a couple playoff games for sure. We had a down year last year because of our new coaching staff coming in late, but we've had a full year to work together and really get in rhythm together with new transfers that we got and the playbook and everything. So I feel a lot better about this year than how I did last year.
What was the offseason like? What'd you guys do to feel like you're going to give yourself a better chance this season?
Well, we had a lot more practice and preparation, throughout the weeks and summer ball and spring ball. And even now, because last year during this time, we felt rushed, having our scrimmages and only having so much time to work. So it definitely feels a lot better than last year. But it's like, it's just.
Do you feel like work always wins? I know it's kind of a sports cliche, but like if you put in the work, the results will eventually happen.
Yes, that's what I live by. That if you want something in life, you got to work for it. And that's how my whole family lives by. But, definitely we've worked a lot more. We've prepared a lot more. So I think as a team, we were feeling a lot more comfortable than what we did last year.
That's a perfect segue, because I was going to ask you, what's kind of the vibe? What's kind of the mood? What's kind of the mindset of this year's team? Because I feel like maybe you guys, to a certain degree, have something to prove. Like, hey, you know what? Norco
definitely
had a down season, but we feel like we're going to bounce back this year.
Oh, definitely. We want to prove that last year wasn't us and that we're a whole new football team coming in this second year. Definitely.
Trevor, do you ever put any, personal milestones? Like, I don't know if you make goals for yourself each season, but like, is it 1,500 yards on the ground or, get the team to the playoffs? Like, do you ever set goals for yourself or the team before the season even begins?
Yeah, speaking of that, I actually have a list on my door right here about what goals I need to accomplish this year. And I look at it every day before I step out into the world and thinking of what I need to accomplish myself. But some of those big goals are making all league, all CIF, and making playoffs and rushing for 2,000 yards. So it's like it helps me realize what I want every day so I can push myself every day.
Not too long ago, Norco had a great running back named Toby Gerhart. I'm sure you've probably heard of the name. And
yeah, I'm well aware.
Yeah, so I mean, do you look up to guys like that? I mean, because Norco's had a ton of great players come through that program. There's a lot of tradition, a big legacy with the Cougars program.
Yeah, definitely. Toby's definitely one guy I do look up to because he was in the same spot I was. He went through the JAF program that I went through, and he grew up in the small town that I'm growing up in, and he made it to that level. So it's definitely motivating that I can get to that level because he did it, But yeah, he's always been, because growing up has always been Toby Gerhart this, Toby Gerhart that. And I was actually just watching his film the other day. I was like, dude, this guy was a monster back then.
He
And I
was
was
a
like,
monster, man.
yeah, I was like, I'm glad I can be compared to, because some people do compare me to him. I'm like, I can be glad I can be half of what that guy is.
Yeah, he was from Norco to Stanford to the NFL, man. Yeah,
Just a
he was a
monster.
beast.
Yeah.
And I think does he still have the I think he still has the Inland Empire rushing career record. I think he
Yeah.
still has the most rushing yards of
Yeah.
all
I was just
time.
looking at that the other day. He does. So that's crazy though. Like to put up those numbers is insane.
Yeah, he was off the charts, so good. Okay, let me ask you then. Speaking about running the football, the offensive line, how is it looking this season for Norco up front?
It definitely looks a lot better this year than last year because our the transfers that we got last year, they were juniors, now they're gonna be seniors, but they had said those 5 games, so it never really got in rhythm with the kids that were playing before and since when they came in. But yeah, like I said, we're all in kind of rhythm now. So the O line's feeling better, everything's looking better because we're all working as a team and that we don't have some kids playing and not playing. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So it definitely is like the O line is definitely shining a lot more than what they did last year.
So, Trevor, as we do this interview, you guys are going back to school at
Mhm.
Norco High School on Tuesday.
Yeah.
But you were telling me you guys have been doing morning practices, which is
Mhm.
great, and you
Yeah.
kind of escape some of those higher temperatures out there when it gets really hot during the afternoon. Do you like those, and do you like the morning practices? And you were telling me too, you're a big nap guy, man. So am I.
Oh,
A
yeah.
little power nap never hurt anybody.
Yeah, definitely. Well, because the afternoons right now, it's miserable with how hot it is and how humid it is right now. So definitely practicing in the morning, it's like your mind is fresh. Nothing goes on during the day that would affect you during practice. So it's like your mind is fresh, get practice over with, go to school, come home and do schoolwork, and then you do it all over again. So you don't like have any distractions throughout practice. So you just get to worry about football in the morning and then worry about all this other stuff later.
So, Trevor, your scrimmage for you guys this season, who are you scrimmaging against and when?
St. John Bosco, and it's on Friday.
Woo! That's big
Yeah,
boy football right there.
big boy football. We scrimmaged them last year, and it was my first high school scrimmage game. And I'll tell you, it was nerve wracking. I'll never experience anything like that again. Well, maybe if I get to college, but it was a crazy moment because when we played them last year, they were the defending state champs or yeah. But it's definitely a whole nother level. Like we'll play Centennial's a similar vibe to that, but
Sure.
most of the teams that we play isn't like that. Like they're fast, they're sound, they hit. It's crazy over there.
But it's good for you guys, right? I mean, you're going to get a test. You're going to find out, like, are we close to being where we want to be, or do we
Yeah,
still have
yeah,
a
yeah.
lot to work for?
Oh, definitely, because it gives you the right exposure as well. Like you're going against these 5 and 4 stars and 3 stars every single play, and so if you pop off against them, it's great exposure.
Yeah. All right, Trevor. So obviously, we all know the Big West is tough, brutal. There's so many good teams.
Mhm.
But dude, even your non-league, man. Honestly, like, I don't know. I don't know if there's a team out there that has a tougher non-league 5-game schedule. You guys have Cajon,
Yep.
Upland, Rancho Cook, Etowanda, and Citrus Valley, dude. I mean, that's like when you look at the non-league and then the Big West. I mean, literally, there's no weeks off, man. That might be the toughest schedule in the whole IE.
Oh yeah, definitely. Our coach, he definitely wants to go against the best of the best, and that's what I really like about him is he wants every single week to be a battle because he believes that we deserve to go up against the best. So it's definitely like a good feeling because we're going against some probably the best teams in the IE.
Yeah.
And but yeah, it's just I'm excited to play against all these good teams. It's definitely exciting.
Yeah, no doubt. I was looking at your schedule. I'm like, wow, I don't know if there's if there's a tougher
Yeah,
schedule
not a
out there.
single day, not a single game off.
Yeah, this is tough, but that's fun. That's what makes it fun. And I'm a huge
Yeah,
fan of Coach Barledge. In fact, not too long ago, he led Valley View to a state championship
yeah,
appearance. So I know he's a heck of a coach. He has a lot of experience at RCC as well.
yeah.
Trevor, listen, man, thank you so much, dude. It was good catching up with you.
Of course,
Congrats on that
of course.
huge freshman season. But I know you're probably expecting a lot out of yourself going into your sophomore year here.
Yes, yes. Thank you for having me.
You got it. That's Trevor Schneider here on the Inland Sports Show. Norco High School running back as the Cougars get set to kick off the 2024 season.
Inland Sports.